Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Eleni and her emoji. Today we're going to do a book flip through and review of a cookbook called The Vegan Bible. So without further ado, here is the book review. The Vegan Bible, more than 100 fabulous vegan recipes from appetizers to desserts. This book is also a very nice book for, for a vegan, especially if you're a brand new vegan. It has a lot of information, what is vegan, the pleasures of cooking vegan, and all kinds of reasons to becoming a vegan, planning vegan meals. So there's some vegan facts here. There's a lot of great information, great tips. The vegan pantry, and again, if you're just thinking of becoming a vegan, I highly recommend this book. It's got a lot of good coverage of information and all the different grains. And like, for example, it says millet is rich in B vitamins. Quinoa, of course, is very high in protein. And then we have all the wonderful recipes. That's interesting. Tofu peanut butter smoothie. Kids would probably love that. Don't most kids love peanut butter? Pear avocado smoothie. Avocado, of course, adds a creaminess. And look at this delicious coffee cake, blueberry poppy seed. I don't really eat those kinds of things, cakes, but that looked great. Breakfast quinoa, a breakfast full of protein. Appetizers and snacks. These little wraps are so wonderful and easy to make, as long as you have a great dressing, or dip rather. I think that wraps are one of my favorites. And look how beautiful that looks now. Kids would love to see something like that. Of course, if you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to be making dishes like this. If you're frying them or deep frying them. In fact, I would try and omit oil if you're trying to lose weight. I don't use oil when I cook at home. I use water for sauteing or vegetable broth. You could even use some wine for sauteing. You don't have to use oil at all. When I go out to a restaurant, I don't, tell them not to use oil. That's the only time I will probably have oil. But I don't go out that much. I prefer my own food. I feel better. I enjoy cooking it. I hate the cleanup. I usually get the person that I'm with to clean up. I cook, they clean up. That's fair. Sandwiches and wraps. I mean, this is so simple and yet so hearty and delicious. And as you can see, a lot of these have tips. A lot of these recipes, they have tips, they have some notes. It tells you here that the whole grain belongs to the wheat family and is close to spelt and is rich in fiber, magnesium, vitamins A, B, C, and E. I mean, that's great to know, to get all that information. This is a really wonderful book. Pasta and noodles, again, kid friendly for sure. mac and cheese, dairy-free mac and cheese, of course. Curried noodles. Protein power. So now this is seitan, which is like a vegetable textured protein. It has a lot of gluten. So if you're gluten intolerant or gluten sensitive, you should not be having that kind of stuff. You could always use tofu or tempeh even, which is a fermented soybean. A lot of Asian dishes in this book. I love the Asian flavors. Here's the seitan again, but you know, again, you can use tempeh or tofu. And then beans and grains. And beans, of course, are very hearty. They're very filling. So for those who think that they would be hungry on a vegan diet, incorporate, you know, beans into your meals, and you definitely won't feel very hungry after that meal. And different types of vegetables: roasted vegetable salad, mushroom gratin. It sounds wonderful. Grilled spaghetti squash. So this looks like pasta, but it is spaghetti squash. So it's lower in calories if you're not eating the pasta. Sushi little wraps like this, of course they're not made with fish, are great in helping you lose weight because they're pretty filling, they're delicious, they're easy to make. So as you can see, this book has a lot of beautiful, colorful recipes. And then it also has desserts. And again, if you're trying to lose weight, try to avoid desserts while you're losing weight. I mean, you can have sorbets. They're definitely lower in calories, or you can get some frozen bananas and put them in a Vitamix. And this looks great, as long as it's not, you know, it doesn't have a lot of high fat ingredients. But you can put some bananas and some dates in a Vitamix and just blend them up and make a delicious like ice cream type of dessert. There's also a machine called a Yonana, which you pass frozen fruit through, and it makes fantastic desserts. I will put a link to that in the description below. I have one of those and I love it. And here's the index, and then some metric conversion you know, information here, the chart. So all in all, this is a fantastic cookbook. It really doesn't have an author. I think it's just by a publication company. So I will put a link to this book in the description below as well, in case you want to get it. And thank you very much.